So most of the day was spent doing the glazing, which is all complete now, and filling some of the gaps in there. There's quite big gaps, like you can see here. The glazing actually took quite some time. Yeah, the instructions were pretty rubbish, if I say. But then there's some good videos on YouTube, but it's all glazed now, and that literally took me all day. And it's quite frightening bashing in all these bits. So I'm not going to do any stop start today. I'm going to just do a quick video to show you what I've done on day 4. But literally what I'm going to be doing today is going around filling some of these gaps. You know, what I've done here already. And you can see I've done some over there. There's big gaps between the panels. You know, you can see daylight through the other side. And that's because you can have all these spacers they tell you to use. So I'm going to fill all these gaps. The other thing is the insulation that comes with the kit goes on the outside. And it's pretty small actually, it's only about that thick. So all this panel inside, this void, is empty. So I'm actually going to fill it with insulation. So you put insulation in all these panels, the electrician, and go around putting all the foam in. I will then start tidying up around here, so I'll cut all these bits flush, and there's strips of wood go on there and take all this plastic off. Oh, and obviously seal this here. I'll do the rest of the top part later. So anyway, I'll come back. So what's today? Saturday. I'll finish off the video Sunday to let you know what I've done over the weekend. Not sure how much I'll get done because it's I'm on call this weekend, but now it's all the easy job. It's just time consuming, fiddly. Okay, didn't get too much done this weekend, but mainly I just got all these strips. So I did all the filling behind that. I'll give you an idea. There's like big gaps, so I'm having to fill that with expanded foam. And then put the pieces on top. Bit fiddly, a lot of little silly things, you know, like the wood you put across the top. If you put it in, you can't open or close the windows, so I had to cut chunks out of that. And inside, what I've done is I've cut the board in. I haven't put it in place because I suddenly realised I'm going to have to cut holes in the wood for the electrician to run the wiring. So that's it for the weekend. So effectively days, whatever, 3 and 4 or 4 and 5. Okay, I'm now in the process of insulating the floor. But let me just give you an idea. So this is stuff I've added. So the original flooring, this is the piece of flooring. And you can see how thick it is. So what you got is a thin layer of plastic. And then the chipboard on the top, and then this, in between this wood there's a bit of insulation, and that is literally the floor insulation with the kit, and that just literally sits on top of the wood. So if I come around here, so that sits on top here, and of course you've got this huge gap underneath crying out for some insulation. So what I've done is put strips of wood like that, as you can see, and then the insulation on top of that. So effectively I've trebled the insulation on the flooring. So a bit similar to what I've done on the walls, because again the boarding would come across here, and this is a huge gap just empty. So I've been filling that with insulation as well. I haven't put them in place because I need to sort out the channeling for the wiring. But for now, for tonight, I'm just going to finish off the insulation here and round, and then I can bring the rest of the boards in so I can then walk, because you can walk on this, but I don't really want to. So I can then make it nice and safe. But I've also got to fill any, like, there's some holes down there, so I need to make it airtight. Right, so that's where I am at the moment. So that's the flooring down, the under, what do you call it, insulation for flooring. So I'm just going to now get the boards, One of my neighbours is going to come and help me put the boards down. So let's see what it looks like when the boards are down. Big sheets down. I'm not, they're just laid, I haven't screwed them yet. But it gives me, I can now work away. So I'm now going to look at doing channeling for the electrics and fitting the insulation on the walls.